Right, I've gone away and reminded myself how all this gubbins works. So, memory locations. Say for instance I wanted to punch in or rehearse around position 15 and position 25 on the counter here. Hit play, hold down memory in. When I get to 15, press location 1. See, memo 1 is now lit. And there we go. So I maybe got it at 26. Obviously I'd need to be pretty accurate if I was actually recording something, but for the sake of demonstrating this, not so much. Press return to 0. Let's say that was a section of a song that I wanted to practice my guitar part, because like the bass and the drums were already recorded. Whatever. And if I hit repeat, it's going to play between 15 and 25, and rewind back and play between 15 and 25, rewind back, and so on and so on and so on, giving me an opportunity to rehearse. So clearly that functionality of this particular unit works. I can also use these memory buttons to jump the counter directly to those points. So let's say that's my chorus and that's my verse. And in fact, if I rewind beyond 0 and use counter reset to turn that back to 0, and then I hit repeat, what was 25 is now 31, and my other marker has also moved on the corresponding amount. It should now, well, yeah, 42. So the memory of this remembers the location of your memory points in relation to the actual place on the cassette rather than place to whatever you've decided to call 0. And it will stay like that until, see, when I removed the cassette, all that got reset. Same thing if I turn the unit off. Auto punch and clear buttons work in conjunction with play and record. If I go into rehearsal mode and then press play, then the next time I hit record, that's like my in point to punch, and then when I press play again, that's my punch out point. And it's going to roll on for a few more seconds, then go back to the beginning. Let me demonstrate that. I'm starting. Here's my punch in, it says in there. Here's my punch out, it says out there. Go on for a few seconds. And then go back to the place where I started. Now if I change that to auto punch mode, if I press play, the in and the out point come out, are activated rather at the relevant times. And then if I want to get out of auto mode, then I just clear, and I can go back to using the memory buttons to go to 15 and 25 as I set them up, and repeat will still work. So I'm getting all the behaviour that I'm expecting from this section, so I would now say that, what, is there anything I haven't used? Yeah, fast forward, rewind, stop, play, record. Yeah, I've used all of this. So this section, I'm happy that it works. I guess the next thing to do is to try and figure out whether we've got any problems with this mixer. So what I will do is I will set up my Zoom multitrack recorder, so you can hear my voice and also hear what I'm hearing as I test whether these inputs are accepting signals both from line inputs and from the XLR input, and establish whether we've got any problem with any of these faders, how dirty the EQ pots are, and so on. That'll tell me whether I need to completely deconstruct this and give it a deep clean, or whether, sometimes if there's just a little bit of crackle, if you turn each of these knobs a few dozen times, then that'll shift any muck that's settled on the ceramic contacts or inside these little potentiometers on the circuit board underneath here.